So let's get started in a little seated meditation. If you like to elevate your hips, you can always grab a bolster or a pillow, and let's just find whatever comfortable seat works for you. If that's crossing your legs, if that's sitting on your heels, whatever it is for you. And then let's just gently allow our eyes to lower down so that we can pull in our awareness. Start to feel inside the body. Start to feel the breath breathing you. And maybe just sitting with it for a moment before you start to manipulate your body in any way. Noticing where you might be holding tension, where you feel comfortable. And then we'll slowly start to draw a deeper intention to our inhalation, filling the belly. And then the chest, nice long inhalation, and gently and slowly releasing through the nose. Allow your body to organically respond. As you draw in that deeper breath, you may find that you need to lengthen the spine and create more space. As you release that exhale, you may feel the relief in letting the shoulders go. Start to create that space within the abdomen, within the chest, as you slowly relieve tension in the body. Allowing yourself to pick up all those sensations, not just in the shoulders and the neck, but all the way down into the hips, into the thighs. Just start to settle. As we breathe, we are demystifying, breaking down what we perceive to be overcoming us, overtaking us. Moods, states, impulses. We are breaking these down into energy, knowable parts, seeing them more like weather patterns, like clouds passing through us at any given time. Observe all of these sensations, feelings, sounds, smells moving past. Recognizing that central point of stillness. Giving ourselves the opportunity to author appropriate responses to each situation that arises. Finding the wisdom in the stillness. May we learn to allow the stillness in our hearts to live in our minds. Let's just take a brief moment to connect with an intention for our practice today. Whatever that tension may be, intention, sorry. Try to word it silently to yourself as though you have already attained it. So if your intention is to be whole and healthy, say to yourself, I am whole and healthy. Give yourself a moment to expand your awareness out to the entire body, Really feeling every edge of yourself, feeling the temperature of the air around you, maybe even the texture of the air or the clothing against your skin, picking up all the subtle things. And then gently drawing your awareness up into the head space. And gently onto the back of the eyelids. Observing any colors or light that might be filtering through. And then we're just going to slowly start to flutter our eyes open, coming back to our space. And just notice the difference you feel as you open your eyes. Is it subtle? Is it a big change? So we're going to go ahead and release our bolster if we have one, and come onto our hands and knees. So I want you to kind of bring your toes together behind you and take your knees wide. And we're just going to go ahead and sit back on our heels here, setting it up for a wide-legged child's pose. Now, if you have a bolster, because we're going to spend a couple breaths here, if you have a bolster of a pillow and you'd like to lay on top of it, that's fine. Otherwise, you can come all the way to the floor. So if you have a bolster, you're going to come out, bring your arms nice and long, but go ahead and let them relax. And then you can rest your head off to one side. If you're coming all the way to the floor, go ahead and relax the arms nice and long. Rest your forehead on the mat. And let's just give ourselves a nice few deep breaths here. Connecting those exhalations with a sort of sinking or melting of the body towards the mat. Feeling those hips drop down into the heels more. Feeling the heart melt down between the legs. We're going to spend this practice continually reconnecting with that stillness. We're going to slowly start to bring our awareness back to the idea of doing as we gently start to lift our head, lift our hearts, walk our hands in a little bit so that we can come onto our hands and knees. We're going to bring our knees to about hip width distance apart and just let any organic movements come into play here. We're waking up the joints. You can lean into the hips, lean into the shoulders, whatever is feeling right for you this morning. And when you're ready, we're going to spread our fingers nice and wide, rooting all four corners of the hands into the mat. Tuck the toes under. Engage that lower abdomen. Find a nice long neutral spine. And allow your next inhalation to gently guide you into your cat-cow as you start to drop the abdomen low. Release your toes. Reach the crown of the head high. Reach those sit bones high. Exhale, slowly start to draw the chin into the chest. Tuck those toes back under. Press into that upper back. Inhale, swim through. Release the toes. Nice long inhalations. Nice long exhalations. Move at your pace. Really connecting with every sensation, every subtle movement. Intentionally engaging the muscles required to arch and bend. And then we're going to come back to a neutral spine. I want you to focus in on that left palm, root it into the mat, and we're going to inhale the right arm all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, slowly lower it down. Plant that right hand down into the mat. Inhale the left arm up. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale the right arm up. Focus in on the abdomen. Make sure you're engaging those lower abdominal muscles. Exhale, right palm to the mat. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, release one more round. Really feel those shoulders loosening up. Last one. Inhale, left arm high. Exhale, left palm down. Take a nice deep breath in here. As you exhale, start to walk the hands forward, puppy pose. Remember, we're pressing into the mat, keeping the arms active as we lower the heart to the floor. Keep the hips stacked over the knees. If your forehead meets the mat, go ahead and rest your head down. Keeping those elbows active will support the shoulders. Send your exhalations out through the heart towards the floor. You're feeling a little more open this morning and you want to lift your head up and set your chin on the floor, feel free to do so. Listen to the body, pay attention to when it's time to go the next step. To come out of this, engage that lower abdomen just below the belly button. Start to pull those muscles in. You'll start to curl up immediately. As you find space, walk the hands back beneath the shoulders. And feel free to take any movements that feel good to you. It's a pretty deep shoulder opening. And then we're going to take the left foot out to the side. So it's going to go directly out from the hip, off the side of the mat. And I want you to point your toes up towards the, well, out in front of you. I was going to say top of the mat, but I don't want you to angle the toes. I want it to be nice and parallel with the mat. And press into the outside of the foot. You're going to feel this on the inner thigh. So nice long spine. We're up on our hands. If this is enough of a stretch for you, you can stay right here. Otherwise, we're going to come down onto our forearms and send a few nice deep breaths into that left inner thigh. Slowly walking back up onto your palms. And then we're going to actually come all the way up on to that standing right knee. So again, we're pressing into the outside of that left foot. We're going to inhale our arms high. I want you to think of engaging this lower abdomen here. Nice strong core. We're going to lower the left hand down to the left thigh and reach that right arm over. So we're sort of tipping over, stretching the right side of the torso over that left leg. Again, nice strong core here. Engaging your core. We're going to come all the way back to standing, both arms above the head. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bring the right hand down. We're going to bring it all the way down to the mat or to the floor beside you. So plant your palm or your fingertips on the floor. You're going to take this left arm and you're going to gently swing it down and then up and across the ear, stretching the left side of the body all the way from the outside of that left foot through the fingertips of the left hand. Maybe even take your gaze up towards the ceiling. And we're going to slowly take that left arm down and in front of us. And gently make our way back onto the mat. Hands and knees. Take any movements that feel good to you. We'll set up to do the other side. So finding your nice tabletop. We're going to extend the right leg wide, bringing that foot, and here I can kind of go at an angle so you can see better what I'm doing. So I'm sending this right leg straight out from my hip. I'm pressing into the outside of the foot. And this might be enough of a stretch for you right here. If you feel like you can come a little further, we're going to come down onto our forearms. Send some exhalations out through the inside thigh of the right leg. And then gently coming back up onto the palms and making your way all the way onto that standing left knee. We're going to inhale the arms up. Exhale, place the right hand on the right thigh. And inhale, reach over, stretching the left side of the torso. Inhale, come back to center. Lift that right arm back up. Exhale, start to send the left hand down to the mat. Set your fingertips or your palm on the floor. Take this right arm down and circle it up across the ear. And we'll slowly circle that right arm back down and make our way back onto our hands and knees. So again, take any movements that feel good to you here. And we're going to set up for a little twist. So rooting the left palm into the mat. We're going to inhale that right arm up towards the ceiling. Exhale, start to thread it underneath the left armpit, gently lowering that right shoulder to the mat, right ear to the mat. See if you can get those hips back into alignment. And then we're just going to gently open up through the left shoulder. And you can either walk those left fingertips forward towards the top of the mat, or you can come in for a bind, taking that left arm all the way behind the back and hooking it on the right thigh. Slowly bringing that left hand back to the mat. We're just gonna press into the floor, lifting that right shoulder up. Take the right hand all the way back towards the ceiling. Exhale, place the right hand back on the mat. Setting up to do the other side. Engage that lower abdomen. Inhale the left arm high. Exhale, thread it underneath that right arm, lowering that left shoulder to the mat, left ear to the mat. And whatever you did on the other side, bring your hips into alignment. You can either walk that right hand towards the top of the mat, or you can swing it behind you, coming in for the bind. And slowly bringing that right hand back towards the mat. Press into the floor. Inhale that left arm all the way up. And exhale, lower it down. Let's just go ahead and set the knees wide, toes together. Come back into our wide-legged child's pose. Give the arms a little break. Nice deep breath in here. Let it go. And we're going to gently lift up. Come back into our tabletop. Tuck the toes under here and find our downward facing dog. Go ahead and give yourself a few breaths here. Pedal the feet out. Wake up the calves, hamstrings. Taking any movements that feel good in your down dog as you wake the body up. And then we'll mentally walk through each part of this pose. Sometimes I like to widen my hands a little bit. Give the shoulders some more space. I'm pressing into the balls of the fingers, melting the shoulder blades down the back, melting the heart back towards the thighs, reaching those sit bones high, and exhaling the heels to the floor. One more deep breath in. Let it go. And then coming up high on your tippy toes, we're just going to take some small steps towards the top of the mat. I want you to really feel like you're reaching those sit bones up towards the ceiling as you come forward, finding length in the spine. And we're going to place the feet behind the wrists, bend your knees as much as you need to here. So let's go ahead and bend our knees so we can plant our hands, or fingertips at least, on the floor. Relax our chest against our knees here. And we're going to inhale, come into a halfway lift. Keep your fingertips on the floor, start to lift the torso, reach the crown of the head forward. Draw the belly down, lengthen through the legs. It's okay if they don't come all the way straight today. Exhale, start to bend the knees, folding back down. Inhale, lift into your flat back. Reaching through the crown of the head, really drawing that belly down. You're going to feel this behind the knees, maybe even the hamstrings. Exhale, release. Last one, lift. And bend the knees, release. We're going to deepen the bend in our knees, really root into the feet and sweep the arms up. Bring the palms together above us. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, circle up, expand. Exhale, sweep those arms down. Feel free to bend your knees in your forward fold. Inhale, keep the fingertips on the floor, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, circle, expand. And exhale, hinge at the hips. Dive down. Fingertips on the mat. Halfway lift. And exhale, release. Really connect with your breath here. Feel free to move at your own pace. Root the feet down, come all the way to standing. Go as slowly as you need to. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, dive down. Let's do 2 more rounds. Maybe you can even close your eyes. Inhale, halfway lift. And connect with every sensation. Exhale, release. Inhale, rise. Connect with every muscle you're using. Exhale, heart center. Inhale, circle up. Really bringing intention into every motion. Exhale, dive. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, circle up. And heart center. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, come back into your fold here. Grab a hold of either elbow and just allow yourself to come into a ragdoll here, maybe gently swaying from side to side. Giving yourself a few breaths here. Start fluttering your eyes open. Coming back to your mat, to your space. Releasing the hands to the mat. Let's place the left hand on the mat. Start to bend the left knee, straighten the right leg. We're going to inhale that right arm up towards the ceiling. Should feel this on the outside of the right leg. If you don't, see if you can fold a little deeper. Someone's cooking something delicious right now. I can smell it. It's probably like waffles or pancakes or something. Exhale, slowly lower that right hand back to the mat. Straighten the left leg. Pedal the knees out a little. We're going to plant the right hand on the floor. Start to bend that right knee. Inhale the left arm high. Straighten that left leg. And again, if you don't feel that on the outside of the left leg, see if you can fold a little deeper. Gently bringing that left hand back to center. And pedal the knees out here. All right, we're gonna lift the left foot up and send it all the way back into crescent feet. We're gonna gently lower that left knee down.
Actually, wait, we're gonna lift the left knee up. I wanted to rock. So let's rock onto the heel of the right foot, onto the toes of the left foot. Just kind of open the ankle joints up. Take any, you can lift the feet, you can lower them, take any movements that you want to. We're just kind of easing into this today. I learned this the other day and I really liked it. All right, now we're gonna gently lower that left knee to the floor. Light on the fingers, inhale, circle it up. Reach those fingertips high. Really open the heart towards the sky. Maybe you can even bring the palms together. And you want to send the heart high. Really gripping the mat with your feet. And engage your core as you start to lower down. Give yourself a pause. Gently start to lift that left knee and step it forward. Go ahead and pedal the knees out. And then we're going to gently lift the right foot up. Send it all the way back. Find those crescent legs. And again, we'll just rock it forward onto the toes of the right foot, maybe rocking onto the heel of the left. Take any movements that feel good to you. Kind of waking up the ankle joints, waking up the toes. And gently setting the right knee onto the mat. Light on the fingers, all the way up. Feel so grounded in the legs that you can just lift straight through the heart. Maybe drawing the palms together above you. Finding that stillness. Noticing everything that comes up. Letting it pass. Engage the core, slowly coming back down. Plant your hands, lift that right knee up. And we're gonna spring towards the front of the mat. Bicycle the knees out. We're gonna step the left foot back and just walk our hands around. Let's go ahead and prasarita the feet and come into Skandasana. So this is kind of where we're just gonna bend that left knee and sink down into a sort of one-legged squat here. You're gonna feel this on the inner right thigh. So we kind of set up for this at the beginning of our class. Should feel somewhat familiar. You can even rock onto the heel of that right foot. I find that keeping the foot down supports me a little bit. If you're feeling a little more open, go ahead and release the foot. Press into that left leg. You're gonna come all the way back to center and then do the other side. So dipping down into that right knee. And again, you can keep that left foot planted if that feels better for you, or you can release it, pointing the toes up, coming onto the heel. Press into that right foot, come back to center. Now we're going to set up for prasarita. So heels out, toes slightly in, only come as wide as you can comfortably and be supported. Coming up high onto your fingertips, find that nice long spine. And then we're just gonna start to bend the elbows. Allow the entire torso to swing down. Relax the head and neck. Maybe even start to walk the hands between the legs. Feel that stretch on the inner thighs. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Gently pressing into the floor, so to lift your head and heart, walking the hands back out, finding that nice long spine. And then we're just going to walk towards the front of the mat, pointing those right toes forward. Coming onto the ball of the back foot, we're just going to step it back, find our plank, engaging all the way from the toes through the legs, really pulling that core in, drawing the heart between the shoulders. Pick up all those sensations, feel the body warming up. Shift forward on your toes, drop your knees if you want to, otherwise float to the floor. And we're gonna set up for Sphinx pose. So lifting up, scoot back here. All right, lifting up, we're gonna prop our elbows just below our shoulders. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Tops of the feet down. So first take one full breath, gaze down, shoulders relaxed. We're gonna inhale, lift the head, take the gaze forward, reach through the crown of the head. Start to pull the mat towards you. Feel those triceps activate. We're gonna do some neck rolls here. So dropping the right ear to the, right ear to the right shoulder. Slowly rolling the chin down to the center of the chest. Left ear, left shoulder. Nice big circles with the neck. Continue pulling the mat towards you. Let's go in the opposite direction. And we'll stop in the center, pull the mat towards you, really reach to the crown of the head. And then press into the mat, lift the elbows up, make a pillow with your hands, rest your face off to one side. Take a deep breath. All right, so we're gonna set up for a shoulder opening. You guys have done this one before. We're gonna change it up just a little bit. So I want you to take the right arm, cactus it. So fingers are pointed, you're gonna bend at the elbow, fingers pointed up towards the top of the mat. You're gonna send the elbow straight out from the shoulder. So it should be in line with the shoulder. Take the left hand down, set it right below the left shoulder. We're just gonna press into the mat, roll open onto that right shoulder, and come as far as is comfortable for you. It's gonna be a little more intense than what we normally do with the long arm. So you may stay right here. If you think you can go further, you can lift that left leg, set the left foot down, and use it as a lever to sort of deepen that stretch. So wherever you are today is absolutely perfect. You can relax your head down. Nice long breaths into that right shoulder. Using that left hand as a brake, we're gonna slowly roll back onto our bellies. Make a pillow with your hands, rest your head off to one side. Setting up to do the other side, we're gonna cactus the left arm, so sending the elbow straight out from the shoulder, left fingertips pointed towards the top of the mat. Bring that right hand down beneath the right shoulder, resting the left ear on the mat. We're gonna gently press into the floor and open up over that left shoulder. Again, listen to your body. Only come as far as is comfortable for you. This is definitely a more intense stretch for me. And using that right hand as a brake, we'll slowly roll back onto our bellies. Make a pillow with your hands and rest your face off to one side. And slowly making your way back up, we are going to set up for pigeon pose. So coming onto your hands and knees, we're just going to swing this right leg forward, taking the right calf or shin across the body. And again, you can always sort of adjust the shin as high up as is comfortable for you. So some people start with their heel pretty close to their hip bone. Eventually, you kind of get your shin parallel with the top of the mat. Wherever you are today is absolutely perfect. And if your pelvic does not meet the floor, you can always use a pillow or a block underneath that right hip. So wherever you are today, let's go ahead and situate ourselves nice and tall, placing your fingertips on the floor, reach through the crown of the head, take a quick glance over the right shoulder. Come back to center and start to walk yourself forward. Little by little. Maybe you can come down, make a pillow with your hands. Maybe you can extend the arms all the way out, lowering your heart to the floor. Wherever you are, just send nice, long exhalations out through that right hip. Gently start to make your way back up. And then we're going to tuck the back toes under. Start to lift the hips so you can swing that right leg back. Find a down dog. You can pedal the knees out if that feels good. And then we'll swing the left knee forward, taking that calf across the body. And gently settling ourselves back into pigeon on the other side. So again, grabbing that pillow or that block to support the left hip if you need it. Otherwise, find a nice long spine. Gently look over the left shoulder before you start to walk yourself forward. Connecting with that stillness. Taking a journey of the awareness through the body, softening the face, shoulders, the neck, relaxing everything down around that left hip. One more deep breath in. Let it go. And we'll slowly start to walk ourselves back up. This time we'll just roll off onto that left hip and try to swing the right leg out in front of us. All right, so we're going to feel free to take any movements here if you need to regain some balance in the legs. And then we're just gonna pull the feet in for Baddha Konasana. So soles of the feet together. Let the knees fall out naturally. Find that nice long spine. And then we're just going to lean forward. We're hinging from the hips here. And slowly coming back up to your seat. We'll draw the knees together. Can windshield wiper the knees out if that feels good for you. And then we'll just scooch forward on our mats. Extend the arms out long and engage your core as you slowly start to unroll vertebrae by vertebrae all the way down onto our backs. And just give yourself a breath. Maybe take the feet wide, relax the knees together. You can even kind of rock the knees from side to side. And just feel the support beneath you. How relaxing that is. Maybe notice how quickly laying down connects you to the stillness, right? I mean, we lay down when we go to sleep. There's like a muscle memory to it. All right, so we're gonna come into bridge pose. Walk your feet back in to about hip width distance apart. Heels in nice and close. Arms alongside the body, palms face down. Point those knees straight up towards the sky. Take a nice full breath in. Let it go. Press your hands and feet into the floor. Inhale, lift the hips, lift the chest. Maybe you can roll those shoulders up underneath you. Interlacing the fingers behind the back, gently pressing the pinky side of the fingers into the floor. Take all your awareness into the feet. Press, press, press. Really get that chest up towards the chin. And we'll slowly start to lower down vertebrae by vertebrae. Release the hands, release the shoulders. Gently release the hips. Take the feet wide, rest the knees against each other. And just take a few breaths and feel all the sensations happening in the back, in the shoulders. Let's draw our knees into our chest. Wrap our arms around our shins. Gently rock from side to side. We'll set up for a supine twist. Let's take the left leg all the way long. Left heel on the floor. Squeeze that right knee in nice and tight. Maybe make some circles with our foot. And then we're going to wrap our left fingers around the right knee, gently guiding it across the body. Take that right arm wide. Take your gaze to the right. If you feel the right shoulder coming up off the floor, see if you can lift yourself up a little and get that right shoulder back down to the floor. And just allow gravity to do its work with the right leg. Gently rolling back to center. We're going to extend that right leg long And draw the left knee in. Give it a nice tight squeeze. Maybe make some circles with the ankle. And when you're ready, we will draw that knee across the body. Extend the left arm wide and take our gaze out to the left. Maybe even closing our eyes here. Finding the stillness. Allowing everything to come and go. Connecting with the wisdom of the breath as we receive and let go. Gently rolling back to center. And if you feel like coming into one final squeeze, let's wrap our arms around our knees. Take a deep breath in, scrunch ourselves up into a tiny little ball. And then open the mouth, let it go. Release your limbs and fall into your Shavasana, whatever that looks like. Taking any movements or adjustments that will allow you to become completely comfortable. Allow you to fully surrender to a few moments of freedom. Close your eyes. Allow your awareness to expand within. Really notice the breath. Allow each exhalation to gently lull you into deeper relaxation. As you relax the toes and the feet, ankles and calves, relax the knees and the thighs, and feel the entire lower half of the body sinking into the floor. Allow your belly to be soft and your low back to gently curve. Releasing all the tension from your torso so that your lungs can expand and contract with ease. Feel your shoulders soften down. Just allow that sensation to float all the way down the arms into all 10 fingers. Float all the way up the back of the neck and across the entire scalp as you relax every muscle in the face and connect with that state of being, that pure, beautiful stillness within you. We're going to slowly start to draw ourselves back through the breath, feeling our lungs expand with our next inhalation. Bringing with it that vital energy that returns us to our physical form. Take a deep breath in. Allow the shape of yourself to come back. Gently inviting physical sensation in through wiggling the fingers and toes.
Maybe even rocking the head from side to side. And if it feels right for you, you can come into a nice long body stretch, or you can stay exactly as you are. And in your own time, you can gently make your way onto your side. Maybe make a pillow with your arm so you can rest in the fetal position, reconnecting with yourself, reconnecting with the intention you set at the beginning of your practice, and seeing if you feel a little closer to its reality. Whenever you're ready, we'll carefully make our way back into our comfortable seat. And take one deep breath. Let it go. Allow it to seal you back into your body. Connect with that place where your body meets the floor. Allow it to ground you. Bring your hands to heart center, sealing in that intention you set at the beginning of your practice and allowing you to take with you any peace or well-being, any further establishment of that stillness within into the rest of your day, the rest of your week. As always, such a pleasure to practice with you. Namaste.